The Emir of Kuwait has died. He was 91. The country's ruler hadn't been well for a while and then suddenly fell ill in July. A short time ago, Kuwaiti state TV started broadcasting religious verses to signal the death of the country's leader. Let's get right to CNN's Ben Wiedemann reporting tonight out of Lebanon for you. This is a man who was not just the leader of the country, but had been a top diplomat on the international stage for nigh on a half a century, not least during Saddam Hussein's invasion of his country back, of course, in 1991, Ben.
Yes, this is a leader who very much was from the old school of Arab leaders who, despite tensions in the region, usually tried to peacefully resolve differences between the squabbling Arab states. And what we've seen is reaction has come very swiftly from around the region of leaders speaking well of the former Kuwaiti Emir. We heard, for instance, the King of Jordan, Abdullah II, saying that he was a great brother who tried to unite Arab ranks. The Crown Prince of the UAE saying that he epitomized wisdom, tolerance, and peace. And Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi saying that he was a great leader of a unique type. Here in Lebanon, Hassan Diab, the caretaker prime minister, has called for 3 days of mourning and the lowering of the Lebanese flag to half-mast. This was an Arab leader who, for instance, he was opposed to the U.S. pulling out of the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the Iran nuclear deal. He was somebody who tried to bridge the gap between Qatar and the other members of the Gulf Cooperation Council, which broke out in 2017. He was a longtime supporter of the Palestinian cause. Kuwait boycotted that meeting in Bahrain last summer organized by Jared Kushner, and has made it clear that Kuwait would not follow in the footsteps of Bahrain and the UAE in normalizing relations with Israel. And he also was a long-time financial supporter for Syrian refugees. So this is a man who tried to iron out many of the differences among Arab leaders. He's succeeded by the Crown Prince Nawaf, who is 83 years old, not far from the former Emir who died at the age of 91. So we'll have to see who is appointed by Nawaf and the Kuwaiti system, which is the most democratic in the Gulf, to serve as crown prince to him, indicating whether Kuwait will also join the new generation of Gulf leaders who don't quite follow in the footsteps of their forefathers.